Welcome to episode 2 of the marvelous misadventures of Meara the MerMammal, the Motor City Mermaid from Mount Clemens, Michigan. And I'm here today with Lydia the Glimmermaid.
Glimmermaid, yes, that is a common thing. I've heard a lot of people say Glimmermaid, but
it's my fault.
It's Glimmermaid. Yeah.
It's just because I saw a conversation between you and Glamourmaid, and then
oh yeah,
it's the tongue twister that became. I'm guilty of a tongue twister.
I was gonna say you nailed that tongue twister. That was amazing.
I did a video just this past weekend too with a gamer friend, cousin that lives a few houses down from me, and he does YouTube videos of gaming. And I was teasing him about mermaid games because he's like an old school retro collector. Ooh. And I was like, "Oh yeah, you got any mermaid games?" And he pulled out all these crazy old mermaid games, and we sat down and played a few minutes of each one. Oh my God. And it was silly. I'm terrible at video games. But I got a lot of extra practice on that, too, because we were talking about mermaid stuff the whole time. Naturally, you can't not play mermaid games with a mermaid.
Right. I mean, yeah, it just, like, infiltrates every part of our lives, you know? Like, I always hesitate to bring it up in a conversation when people are like, "Oh, what do you do?" Like, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to deploy the mermaid thing right now. Like,
it's a special interest rabbit hole, you know? You could go for hours about it, especially with somebody who doesn't know anything about mermaids.
Yes. Yeah.
And we're like playing mermaids games. He's like, "I've never seen The Little Mermaid." I'm like, "Oh, well then how are you even going to understand anything about this game? It's all centered around the movie." So I brought you here today to discuss a few things. One, you already noticed my beautiful fishbowl cup. It's back. We had it at Target last year, and it sold out so fast. It went viral.
Oh, you mean I could get one?
Yes, you can. In fact,
Ooh.
Thanks for being here today, my friend.
Oh my gosh. Look at this.
It's the perk.
Wow.
It's a perk. One perk is coming on the show. The second perk is I guiltily work at Target, so when I saw them, I bought one for like everybody.
Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, you can just invite me on anytime. These perks are great. I'm gonna put it right here.
Isn't it cute? It's a cute little cup.
Look like I'm drinking it, even though I have my water down there.
And I got it perfectly reflects the Midwest during this time of year.
Yes, the ice cubes. Yeah,
It's just ice water all over. And
it's melting today, but it's gonna freeze again tomorrow.
I did find a few TikTok videos that kind of showcased it. It went viral on TikTok. I don't have a TikTok personally, but of course I found it.
You have your way.
So many people are like into Target. It's crazy. There's all these channels. Yeah, we got this guy back. That this is new this year. These people like the silliest things in my store, honestly. These are all like bullseye items, so they're in the little dollar bin section.
Wow, it's only like $1. Okay.
They're $5. These ones are $5. Oh, one now wants me to log in. It said, "You viewed too much for free. Sell your soul." No, thank you, TikTok.
Yeah, this would be fun to travel with in the car. Thankfully, it has a lid, but
I had it kind of like tucked in the seat next to me,
right?
Like shoved behind something. I was like, just in case.
It's like taking a fishbowl with you.
Then I wanted to show off some beautiful artwork today too. Ooh. Just moving right along today instead of being extremely chaotic like I was last time.
Save yourself some editing.
Absolute chaos. Okay, and then
I get the chaos out first.
This is an artist that I have been so humbly given a gift from Chewy. This beautiful, I got it last year technically for my birthday, but I want to show you and everybody.
Oh my god.
This is my turtle, Rosie. She's absolutely adorable. I'm probably going to make it big here too.
Mm-hmm. Nice close up.
Little post magic. Wow. But like I've never really seen people do reptiles or amphibians or anything in like pet portraits. Mm-hmm. So Chewy gifted me this for my birthday last year out of their like random hat of picking people to give pet portraits. Have you ever seen that before?
No.
What? Okay, that's a second tangent that we're gonna have to go down real quick.
Chewy, like the website where you buy stuff.
Yeah. So I have a membership because my cat is on like a special diet.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So he gets special cat food, and I use Chewy a lot for it.
Right. Okay.
So if you spend enough money with them, They give you a little something, something.
Maybe I'll start ordering my dog's food through that.
Chewy pet portraits.
Yeah, I was gonna say that portrait is really good because it looks
Isn't it?
like it looks like your turtle is smiling.
Chewy sends, yeah, so let's cut on over. Whoa, Chewy sends thousands of customers custom pet portraits. Like, that's kind of a silly thing.
Do they just like hire, like they commission artists for it?
Yeah, so that's pretty much what it is. So you can order it through them too, I guess. But they also gift them out every year. Oops. Whoops.
Sneak peek.
We'll get there.
Coming
We'll get
up.
there. So this is the one that made my portrait. This is Lauren Galinsky. She also is on Instagram. I think it is also Lauren Galinsky or some variation of such. And she does pet portraits. Like, you can get them directly from her. You don't have to take your chance on Chewy. You could just commission one. I was just super stoked that I got something other than my cats or dogs, because all of my pets have a profile on Chewy. Like, I got really into using Chewy for a while, and I was like, I'm going to put every single one of my animals. So, there's 2 dogs, 3 cats, a couple reptiles, amphibians, and all that.
Wow.
And they took the picture. They take the pictures that you put in your profile and use those to send over.
So make sure you put a good picture if you use Chewy. Yeah.
And then I'll show close up because they did a wonderful job.
Oh my gosh, so they just surprised you with it.
Yeah, it just showed up at my door one day. I was like, what the heck is this? And then I opened it up, and it was so... Part of why they picked my turtle was that June, my birthday month, is National Zoo and Aquarium Month. And they were trying to showcase, like, different, like, not... cat and dog animals.
Not like household pets.
Yeah, so they were picking more of the reptiles and the aquatic animals to celebrate that day. In my nosedive of looking through the internet on that stuff, I also found out that there is a National Aquatic Animal Day.
What?
Right?
Does that include mermaids?
I think it should. It's coming up soon. It's April 3rd.
Wow.
So that's Aquatic Animal Day. And then in June, you have Zoo and Aquarium Month.
Wow, and May is mermaid, so...
Oh, yeah, mermaid is coming up. You're not wrong.
Wow, June is my birthday month, too.
Yes, happy birthday.
Well,
Soon to
happy
be.
early birthday. We'll wish each other happy birthday in June.
We have one last announcement. This is breaking news. The festival cancellation for Merfest International. It is with a heavy heart that this was canceled, to be honest. I was a part of this last year in a volunteer aspect. I helped kind of set everything up and get it running kind of smoothly. All the little photo set booths. It was a lot of my stuff.
Oh,
like I helped set all those up.
Nice.
The put up was a lot more fun than the breakdown, especially with the storm we had last year.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh,
It
my
took
gosh.
everything out. It was not a fun morning to clean up, to be honest. I rolled in and I was like, oh no.
Oh, so you cleaned it up after the storm.
I was there early that morning to help try to like clean up the aftermath and
Insert photos of aftermath.
yeah, we're gonna hopefully there will be some rebirth out of that though. We have already kind of discussed future ideas and plans, but nothing like set in stone because it's big. That's like a lot to do. It takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of like people. It takes a lot of organizing, and you don't really get a whole lot out of it. Like it's not something anybody's doing necessarily for profit.
Right.
It's definitely community driven.
Yeah.
And that was like the biggest part, I think, why people are so upset is because this community is so small here in the Midwest and Michigan in general. But I mean, we got Mini MerCon coming up this coming weekend.
Is this the first year for Mini
Yeah.
MerCon?
I
Okay.
just heard about that too.
I was like, I haven't heard of this in previous
No, it's definitely
years.
new. And I know
awesome.
like a lot of the big people, Whimsy's going to be there. Mermaid Echo's going to be there.
Yes, Echo's going to be there.
That could be like a thing. I mean, with a little bit more advance, because I definitely wasn't on the bandwagon for traveling at all. I still am not going to any of the cons this spring.
Right, yes.
The hour drive here was already like, oh God, my back. I'm just so big now. I can't even sit. I can't stand.
Yeah, it just lines up with all the conventions this year.
It does, yeah.
This is your year off.
Yeah, I'll be able to swim by like peak mermaid season for Michigan. You know,
Great,
like June,
yes.
July, August, when we have our hotter months, I should be able to get back into it. And we're kind of already planning for it. So hopefully it'll be nice. I'll be on maternity leave too. So I'll have like all the time that I really
Like,
couldn't
pick
care
any
for.
time, I can be there.
Yeah, I got nothing going on. Just going to bring a baby with me. That's all.
Yes.
So she'll be tagging along with me.
Oh my gosh.
Move on to more about you. You are a professional party princess and mermaid. So you kind of get, everybody always wants to know, you know, about what it takes to do that kind of work and how they can get into it.
Yeah.
It is a niche market. It's pretty small. There's quite a bit of competition for how small it is. So like, what are some of your pros and cons?
Pros and cons of being like a character performer.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know if I've really thought of any cons. I think,
Oh,
like,
well, that's nice.
You know, like, so, I mean, I got into it, I had, like, just gotten back into mermaiding I think I got back into it in 2021 because I was like, you know, I can do what I want with my life. I don't have to grow out of mermaiding.
100%.
Right? So, yeah, jumped back in full gusto, trying to make up for lost time, it felt like. And then went to Merfest, actually, in 2022 and met Mermaid Molly and got my, like, NAUI 1 and 2 mermaid certifications. And then a few weeks, maybe weeks or months later, Molly was like, hey, I'm, like, hiring people because I can't do all the gigs myself.
What a great problem to have.
Right? Yes, that is the goal.
That is such a good problem.
Yes. And she was like, are you interested? And then, like, mind you, I was not somebody who was like, my dream is to, like, work with kids in, like, a big, because I was like, I don't know if I want to work with a group of kids.
Sure.
But I had gotten to volunteer at the nonprofit Magical Realm Fantasy Fair, like literally like a month or two prior to that. And it was so much fun to, like, see, like, the kids, like, the magic on their faces.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah. I was like, I could
there's
do
a
this.
level. Like, I personally won't do birthday parties necessarily. Like, I don't want to be
Right.
kind of like alone-ish
Yeah.
with
I
a
guess that could be
larger
con.
group, like a
Yeah.
larger group of kids versus, like, I volunteer with my own readings, like, circles, basically.
Nice.
Like, but it's always a pretty small gathering. Like, it's a handful of people and they're all local to my community, and so I feel like there's a little more control on my end because I'm
Yes.
running it.
Right.
It's my event and it's a free event, so, like, everybody mind your manners or I'm not doing it anymore. Versus, like, being paid to come over and, like, corral 30 kids or so. Ballpark, man. I've been to some birthday parties. You could have 10 kids, you could have 30 kids. Like, it's overwhelming. I bring my kids.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I know what it's like.
Yeah, because, like, some of the parents are like, oh, the mermaid's watching the kids. We'll just go do something else. And it's like, no, like, I'm in a tail. I can't watch your kids.
Have you ever experienced that at all, where you felt like you were kind of being left with the
I
kids?
haven't too much, actually.
That's good.
Yeah, I've been fortunate. I've done maybe 3 gigs in water, and they've been mostly smaller. And
It's probably
one
more
thing-
expensive from
Yeah,
parents'
maybe,
end.
right?
Like, that sounds
Yeah.
like it'd be a more expensive birthday party anyway.
Yes, it's true. And the mermaid cost is higher than character cost. But I think, like, having an assistant really helps because if you did need anything, they're watching and can help.
Oh, for sure.
So it adds that extra bit of, like, peace of mind. But yeah, and I think, like, some of it too might also, like, depending on the group, you can kind of, like, you know, redirect kids if things are getting out of hand and be like, let's do this other thing and kind of, like, yeah. But, you know, you can't just get up and walk away. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and that's what I like about festival work is you have a high turnaround.
Yes.
So you're trying to, like, move groups of people through so
the
that
line.
everybody can get access to the mermaids, you know, before breaks and all that stuff, because you are constantly changing everybody out. Nobody's getting, like, too much
Yes.
like sensory overload almost.
Yes,
because
they
like
can be draining.
even 30 minutes to an hour feels like a really long time when you're in that high paced
Yes.
festival environment. I can see where that's different if you have a group, like a decent sized group
You don't
over a
have to
longer
be
period of
as,
time.
like,
Yeah.
fast. You can kind of like, you know, do other things and
Maybe
rotate what
less
you're doing.
overwhelming.
Yeah, it's a little bit more. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's still draining, but yeah, it's not as much as
I'm
like.
still not sold on birthday party
Right.
work, but I can see like the differences.
Yeah, because like I remember like if you have an hour set with people that you're trying to get through the line, like yeah, like at the end, like I remember just like sitting in the tent and being like, I just want to like crawl in a hole for a minute because I was like drained. Like
It
was
is.
so
By
fun,
the end
but I
of the
was
day,
drained.
you're just like a zombie or a
Yeah.
potato. Like your
Right?
mind
You're
is
just like, let me not talk
zoned
to anybody.
out.
Yes.
And I've sat for like so I used to do Relay for Life as well, which is a 24-hour event.
Oh my gosh, 24 hours.
Yeah, that's not fun. The mermaid stuff stops when the sun goes down because we can no longer take pictures in good lighting.
Yes.
So
Convenient,
that's
yes.
convenient for me. However, like the party goes on forever, basically. It goes into the next day, and like you're already drained from day one. You're camping like on site, and it's loud all night long. And then you got to turn around and try to do it again for that last little leg of it. Because I mean, full 24 hours, if you start at 11, well, I think it starts at 8 a.m. And then by like 10, 11 the next day, people are breaking down.
Okay.
Something like that. It's like not quite 24 hours.
It's not
but
like 2 full days of.
yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
It definitely feels
Wow.
like it. Especially the first day is always the biggest. Those were always fun events though. But like you were out there all day working with people. And it was a volunteer thing that I did to help out a friend who had a Relay for Life team. So we took pictures, and it was like $5 to get a printed copy.
Aww.
And that donation went directly to my friend's group. And what were they? They were something funny. It was for breast cancer. Now I'm going to have to remember and send it to you. Because it was so funny.
Wow. Yeah, 8 hours or more.
8 hours or more, man. Daylight, basically all of the daylight of one day, and then half of the day the next.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just constantly. It was dry gig, at least. So you're not like totally taxed, but mentally you're gone.
Yeah, so like, and I'm thinking about this, like with a character gig, right? Like for an event, the event might be like 1 to 2 hours, and it does kind of take all day sometimes because by the time you like do all your makeup, get everything set, drive there, and then come
there's
home.
traveling.
Yeah, traveling, drive back, take it all off. It can kind of feel like a whole day, but it's not being on performing all day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not like festivals.
No, yeah.
Man, I am second guessing it a little bit. Still not sold on birthday parties. But it's like, am I just more of a masochist for myself?
Right, you're like, if I'm going to do it, it's going to be 8 hours.
If I'm doing it, there needs to be adults.
Yes.
I'll do it for as long as I have to. Just let there be adults.
And I think it helps that when Molly like books with whoever's booking, she's really clear that like the mermaid is not the lifeguard. So like, you know, you do need to watch your kids while they're in the water. And I think like if it's a party, there's usually adults everywhere, and so they do generally watch their kids, which helps a lot.
And I know does Molly set you up with like the goodie bags and all that too?
Yes, yeah.
I know
she sets
Molly
up.
like really does like a whole thing.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So she is an example of somebody who often has like multiple gigs in a weekend and then is coordinating other people's gigs. So she's got like a ton of stuff going on each weekend. She's got this bag goes to this person, this wig goes to this person. It's a lot of coordinating.
She's like acting as an agent basically
yes,
at this point.
and a performer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so for me, it's easier because like we're booked like based on location. So like I might have like 1 to 2 gigs a month. Like, so it's nice because I can still have a life and have weekend plans and sometimes have fun plans that I fit in, like doing a gig or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it gives me time like during the week because that's another thing. Like it takes a lot of prep work, especially if you're doing a new character, because you've got to like review the like the lore and the stories, like rewatch the movies or at least read the plots and remember the names. And like sometimes we're learning songs. Like I'm not a singer, but we do like sing-alongs with the track,
sure,
like with no microphone, and kids love it so much. So like learning the words, getting your playlist ready, like making sure you have the makeup you need because you have to match a specific look rather than just using whatever and going for it.
You gotta look like the character.
Right?
Like you gotta at least like pull it off.
Yeah, it's different from like developing your own thing and then just using that over and over. And then there's like coming up with the poses that you're going to do and making sure they look the way that you think they
You were
look
so
in a
cute
mirror.
with that prince.
Oh my gosh, that
your
was so
Cinderella thing was so
Oh
cute.
my
I wonder
gosh.
if I can pull it up.
Oh my gosh.
Let's
So
see.
the Cinderella gig was probably my favorite gig that I've ever done. I think that there's like a box inside of me that got checked off when I did that gig. Like I just feel like something was fulfilled.
Let's see.
Because it was so magical. Like, yeah, I feel like little me just wanted to be a Disney princess someday, and I got to do that. So
I wonder if I can hop on the Instagram really quick before it tells me to log
maybe
in.
on Facebook too.
Because I feel, oh yes, here we go.
Yeah, there's one picture. Yeah, Instagram is like, no.
No, it wants me to log in so bad, and I just don't want to.
And that one was fun because like having another performer
You can see
gives you
other
someone
Molly.
to, like, bounce off with. Yes, look at her.
Look, she's so pretty.
So magical. Like her hair.
And that is a nice Elsa. We got the bunnies. Is it on here? Oh, here we go.
There it is.
Will it let me view it?
Do we dare try full screen?
Oh, there we go. Oh, it's got some sound too.
It does. It has the song.
I might have to talk a lot over the song though.
Oh, that's true.
Just in
Just
case.
make lots of noise.
Ah!
YouTube, don't listen to this part.
But you were looking so. I'm gonna get my head out of the way. Ah! Look how pretty.
It was so much fun. We literally, like, I met that performer that day, and we were like, okay, can we
I go
dance?
this
Like,
way
can we
more?
figure
Yeah.
this out?
Come by
And
you
we
more.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to
come
see your
on
big
over.
dress.
Yes, the dress that I was constantly trying not to trip on.
I believe it. I mean,
Actually, I
there's
was
a
tripping
reason
on it
why they
constantly.
always have their dresses hiked up, you know?
Yes. And that's the thing with costumes that you share is they're not like custom fitted to you. So sometimes they're going to be too long or different things, or it's like an in-between costume.
Oh, is this one Molly?
No, that's
is
another
that?
performer. I don't remember her name, but she's up. Yeah, in Grand Rapids. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, Molly is all over the state.
Yes, she's everywhere. Hence coordinating all these gigs. But yeah, so
And then is this not
That's
yet
Amy.
Amy. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, and she's the one that has a book. Maybe I'll showcase her book
she
one
has a
day.
book? Oh my
I
god.
thought so.
Maybe she does.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to look into it now.
Wow. But yeah, and I think like so there's all that prep work and like maybe like figuring out what questions you're going to ask kids and like what activities you're doing because sometimes parents request certain activities
Sure.
and then like
does Molly have like a list?
yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And you can like customize it for that character. So you could do the same like activity, but for different characters, you can tweak it.
Yeah.
Or like sometimes I love doing like dance stuff. So like, how would this character dance? Or like with Elsa, like we sang "Let It Go" and built like an ice castle with like the little movements that we learned, which was really fun.
Oh, that is fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And,
that's
like,
cute.
I feel like it's really just like playing with kids, like and like having fun, like preparing all of this stuff, and then when you get there, just like going with the flow because like
Sure.
depending on how many kids there are, like if it's a big group, it's going to take a long time to take pictures. So like you might have to like stop activities earlier and like, a lot more time for pictures before you leave. Or like I had one kid who we were like, let's do this activity, and he was like, I don't want to. We're like, what about this activity? I don't want to. And I was like, okay, well, Marshall's here for 30 minutes. So what do you want to do with Marshall for 30 minutes? And he was like, I want to play on the jungle gym. So we went over to the jungle gym and he climbed around and like peeked out at Marshall and was like, look, I'm over here. And like, he just played and that's what he wanted to do.
Oh, well, right.
So
on.
that's
He
what we
just didn't
did.
want the organized activity. He just wanted to let loose.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't blame him.
Right. And that's the thing with birthday parties too, is you want to make sure that the birthday kid has a good time.
Yeah.
So
100%.
like they get to pick activities, like making sure you like physically wish them a happy birthday, give them their present, like make sure, you know, that they're having fun. Because like kids can kind of come in and out as they do different activities.
Sure.
But like the birthday kid needs to be the one who like wants to do all the
yeah,
activities.
and, you know, the mom or dad, parent, anybody
Yes.
who's hosting this party is going to want the same. Because like
Right.
the party is for them. That's how birthday
It's
party.
for them. It's a birthday party.
Yeah,
That's how it
I got-
works.
Now my third kid on the way. So I know exactly how it goes. It's always like, well, what do you want to do for this year? You know, what would make you feel special? Like, it is definitely hyper focused on how they want the day to go.
I love that because I feel like there are some parties that we're hired for that are really for the families, especially when they're really young.
Oh, sure.
But there was one where I think like the birthday girl, I think, was just really overstimulated from the day and didn't come outside to the pool until the very end, and was like terrified to take a picture. So, you know, you just
I mean, we have
everybody
had those
a great
times.
time, you know.
Sometimes two kids will be like, I want all these things. And then all the things appear and they're like, oh,
They're like,
I
"Never
did
mind."
not want this.
This is specifically what I
Actually,
don't want. Yeah.
I've learned something today. I feel like my kids have done that to me once or twice. So we do a lot smaller birthday parties. So I didn't really start doing a lot until they were older anyway. Like 5 is usually when I start to like get
Okay.
invested in
then
what
you
they
can really
want.
remember it.
Yeah,
you know
because
what they
it's just
want.
like us and it's a baby. We're just kind of like,
It's
yay.
for you guys. Yeah.
Like, we kept you alive this long. It's great. And then once they have like a personality, then you're like, oh, all right.
Now,
what
do
would you
want?
like to do? Yeah, and we've done everything from like bounce houses to Build-A-Bear, which was not bad. It's just expensive.
Ooh, yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah, Build-A-Bear was expensive for the party size. We've done like swim parties before. We did a Disney World one, and we are planning another Disney World
Oh my
one.
gosh.
Because both of my kids, like right around 6. So my youngest is now gonna be 6 next year, and everything is about Disney World. And my oldest, when she was 6, we went to Disney World, and I was like, well, shoot, we got a whole tradition going. Let's just keep going.
Sixth year is Disney World year.
Yep, every 6 years we're going to Disney. I swear it. We're gonna do it because all my kids are 5 years apart, so it's just, you know.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to keep having them, so you keep going to Disney World.
No. This is the last one. I will fill my life with other people's babies from here on out.
Oh, I love that.
There's other ways to love children.
Yes.
My body is just like, you're old and rickety now, lady. Stop doing this.
Stop doing this.
I'm like, that's how my back feels.
Well, you know, if you ever get like tired of having littles, then you can do birthday parties.
Maybe then it will be more appeasing if
be
I
like, I
want
miss
more other
this.
people, small children.
Yeah, because then you go home and they all stay.
They get to stay. Yeah, that's not a bad, you know.
They're sugared up, and you go home and don't have kids.
People send them home to me like that. Don't worry. I know exactly what that's like.
Now you get to do that to other people.
What kind of certifications do you have to do princess parties? Is there anything specific that you've been trained for? Like, obviously, you've got your mermaid certs for the mermaid stuff. You have NAUI 1 and 2. Do you have anything else?
I just have NAUI 1 and 2 at this point.
Okay.
I don't have anything for character performing. I don't know if there are certifications for that, actually. I know insurance is important for that.
Are you personally insured?
I'm about to be this week.
Oh, yay! Congrats!
Yeah, finally biting the bullet and being insured.
I know, I have to too.
Right? Yes.
It's coming up to that time of the year where it's like, oh, I better get insured at least for
Yeah,
like
it's
the
the
next
time of
few
year.
months.
Yes, and like certain venues require it, like public pools, libraries, stuff like that. But yeah, I actually am not aware that there's any official training for princesses. I know there's some places that like teach you on the job. There's also like a lot of like resources online too. Like I've followed a bunch of accounts on Instagram of like performers who give a lot of tips, like really helpful tips that are so cool. Like, because I always just try to be like learning and like improving like all the time, as much as I have energy for it. So yeah, it's been like
Because
really
you work
helpful.
full time too, right?
Yeah.
It's not like a full time
No.
thing. That'd be neat.
That would be neat. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'd have so much time to prep for characters and stuff.
Just all the time, basically.
Yeah. Always learning Disney songs and always practicing voices and makeup.
Well, you could borrow my kids if you want.
There we go. We'll do sing-alongs.
I was gonna say, that's what we do in the car on our trips anywhere.
See, you're already halfway there. Like, you already know the songs. Like,
I do, yeah. I mean, guilty. I never really, like, sing either at big events. I don't know why. I feel like there's just not time or people don't have the interest for, like, in a festival setting. You know what I mean? Because
you'd have to, like,
they are very quick turnaround events, as we've discussed. And, like, people are usually just, like, grab a picture and be like, ha, cool, and then move on.
Sometimes they're like, I don't want to actually interact with you.
Yep. Over-eager adults are always my favorite because they're the ones that you're like, you get it. You get it.
They're in touch with their inner child.
Yeah. They see that magic is real in a sense that, like, normal people don't get.
Yes,
like,
yes.
It's the feeling inside. You just don't understand.
Well, I also love pulling in the skeptical ones that, like, think it's just for their kids and then you can, like, get them into it and they, like, start to smile and they're like, like, this is funny. This is fun. Like, I can be involved in this. Like, yeah. But
You've done Renaissance Fair too, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of local MERS have. Not last year, but.
Not last year.
This is insert a Timmy's dad moment right there. But not this one.
Yes, and that is exactly what I was thinking of when you were talking about, like, cranking people through the line. Like,
oh, for sure. I mean, and I've done
Michigan Renaissance Festival.
That is probably the biggest one I've ever done. Like,
Yeah.
I'm used to small charitable events.
Yeah, where you have
and
more
I'm
time
used
to talk
to
to
like,
people.
yeah, or if I've paid for a space at an event, like as a performer, because I have paid for vendor tables before just to get out there.
Yeah.
And I mean, like,
That's what they're for.
exactly. Like,
Yeah.
and those ones are still like there's a steady pace. It's a slower pace,
Yeah.
but there's still like a steady flow of people.
You don't
and-
have like a line of 50 people.
No,
trying
there's
to
not
get
like
through.
100 people that are like, why is this taking so long? This is why we never come here.
Yes, there was one person who was really smart, and they were like, they came through when it was raining because they were like, I love Ren Fair on rainy days because there's no lines for
Nope.
anything.
Nobody wants to go out in the rain because it's muddy.
So smart. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
just wear
it's
some good
muddy and
boots.
There's no line. Yeah, exactly. Then you can like go through the line 5 times if you want.
You can hang out. I mean, those are bar days, real good bar days.
Ooh, yeah. Just like hang out, not get rained on.
Yep. Because I wouldn't want to sit in the jousting area during the rain either. That would be so gross. I mean, it gets so muddy there sometimes.
Yeah.
I can't. How was what was the other festival you did last year?
Mid-Michigan.
Mid-Michigan.
Forest. Yeah, that one. Oh my gosh. There's trees everywhere. That was my favorite part. All the trees. So it was very shady, way less busy, but also still busy. Like there were plenty of people there.
It's a little more north, right?
Yeah. Honestly, I can't remember. I just put it in my GPS and go. I don't remember.
No, I just know that it's definitely farther than Holly. And I'm like, Holly's
Yeah.
already a drive for me. So
Yeah,
like
that's
it's got to
true.
be really far.
Yeah, because you're further east than I am, so everything's going to be further for you than it is.
It takes
for
me like an hour to get here.
yeah.
A little over.
This was like a half hour for me.
That's not
but
bad.
Not bad at all.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's like my commute to work.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could do that easy.
Yes. Yeah, once you get past the half hour mark, that's when you're like, ooh.
Oh, that's pretty much on the highway where I was at. I was like, oh, and now I've been sitting too
You're
long.
like, I'm very pregnant.
There's like a fine line between like how long I can sit or stand for any duration. And if I'd like miss the point, it's just all over.
You're like, oh, darn.
I'm like,
There's no
I'm
going
done for the
back.
next 3 hours. It's fine. I'll
Point of no return.
figure it out later. It'll eventually go away.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. So yes, that one was super fun. I love the atmosphere because it's less like dusty and muddy and more shady and it felt magical to me.
Do you think they'll expand on the mermaid area?
I don't know. That would be cool.
That would be
wouldn't it?
cool. I wonder if we can pull up a picture.
That
I
would be
love
so
having the
cool.
internet here.
Yes.
This is just so handy.
Yeah, when I watched
whenever I
last
feel
week's
like being
video, I was
weird,
like, oh, this is so cool. You can just look it up while you.
I make sure to
while you're
only look
talking.
up like public information too. Like I'm not digging down on anybody's
We're
thing.
not
I'm not
signing
personally
in.
logging into anything. Like this is all free information on the internet.
Yes, this is smart.
Anybody can look
Do
it
you want
up.
me to move this? Can you reach?
No, you're okay.
Okay.
I just lost my train of thought because that's what I do.
Mid-Michigan
Michigan.
Enchanted Forest.
Do you think it's all one word? Do you think they have a website?
I think they have a website. That might be something there.
Whoa, Frankenmuth. Okay, it's in Frankenmuth. That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's like Frankenmuth Road, and yeah, like basically in Frankenmuth.
Oh, now we have to show everybody else. There we go.
Can we please accept the cookies?
Oh, sure.
I'm still waiting for all the cookies I've accepted.
Actually, their website works very functionally with the software here. Let's see.
Yeah, look at
Did they
our
announce
gorgeous
anything?
background.
It is really
we
pretty.
We could have just left this website up the whole time.
Oh, sure. I don't know about the whole time. They might start asking me to sponsor them.
Fair point.
Let's see. Festival map, more. Special event.
A
Photo
photo
gallery.
That's what we're looking for.
Yes. Oh, that's a cool outfit.
Yes. Yeah, I think the first time I went to a Ren fair, I was very excited that grown adults were wearing costumes because it was everything I wanted for the world. So I was very happy.
Oh, yeah. I love even like casual outfits because that's more me. I'm more of like the Disney bounder style
What is that?
person. So Disney bounding is
like
when you wear the
attendees that wear like Disney inspired stuff.
Yes,
right?
Disney inspired clothing.
Okay.
For me, it's just like anything inspired, right? Like I'll still wear jeans, but I'll have like a belly dancing top or something. Like it's a casual mashup where it's like I'm a part of this, but without being overly invested.
Yeah, and it's like an excuse to not have to wear your regular clothes.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I just find all the layers just too hot. When I was younger, I was all about it. I would have like all the layers of things and all the poofy skirt nonsense, and I was fine. I was comfortable being miserable. Nowadays, it's just like too much.
I feel like it starts that way for a lot of people. Like they go all out for quite a few years and then they're like, okay, I'm going to go the easy route for a while.
It gets a little too much.
Prioritize comfort. Yeah.
Even I do it with modeling too. Like I have some set in stone rules now as a model where I'm like, I will not put the corset on until I arrive. I will put my shoes on before my corset.
Yes, that is the key.
And I'm like, I am arriving in sweatpants and a baggy t-shirt. Like, I will
Not
get dressed
driving
when
in a
I'm
corset.
there.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I just saw on one of the character performer Instagram accounts, this person was talking about like you can't drive in a hoop skirt sometimes because it covers like controls that you need for the car.
Oh, geez, I never even thought of that.
I didn't either because I haven't had to drive in one.
What?
And so her strategy was to like get to the venue, open both car doors, stand between the car doors, and then put the hoop skirt on. So the car doors kind of block your view.
That's kind of, I do that to change
Right?
sometimes.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you
I throw a
go.
towel over or like a blanket so that it covers the windows, and I
that's
like
so
make a
smart.
makeshift like changing area.
That's really smart. Yeah, because there were people in the comments who were saying like, yeah, remembering the time I tried to do this in the back seat and it was traumatizing. So that must be the reason for
No, for
standing
sure.
outside the car.
My grandma taught me well. She taught me how to change in public very modestly.
Yes.
Because she used to just like hold a towel in a circle and be like, okay, get changed. Nobody's looking. And like, now I use that same analogy, if you will, to like all sorts of things. So for me, it is I open the car doors and I throw like a blanket over top. And I'm like, this is now my changing room. I'm not a small child anymore. One towel's not going to do it.
No, especially if you have to be the one holding the towel and changing at the same time. That doesn't work.
And I usually have a blanket in my car. It's like a cozy little thing, especially in the cold winters.
Yes.
If you get in your car and you're not like, I'm not a preheater. So like,
I
it's
don't
just
either.
cold. I get in my car and it's cold. And I have my car blanket, a trusty car blanket for when it's so chilly.
Yes.
I don't see
think
any
it was-
mermaids on their page.
I think I saw one, but I didn't recognize that person.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know what year that was from.
It's very dark.
And well, and speaking of changing, it's probably because it's really shady. I think it was Felicia with Fins had a towel that goes around you, and like you kind of wear it and can change under it. It's like
Oh,
a
that's
tube of a
neat.
towel. Yeah, and I was like, that would be so useful.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's like
Yeah.
on like an elastic.
Yeah, like an
Kind of
elastic.
thing?
I think they would just leave it
Yeah.
up here. Yeah,
Is there like actually a pool there or no?
I don't think that's there currently, but I've seen that in pictures.
Okay, so
last
maybe
year
it
we
used to
had
be there?
an inflatable pool. And I think this year is probably going to be dry.
Okay.
But yeah.
I did see a couple pictures of the inflatable pool. I think it didn't work out very well.
Yeah, I think it was fine. The water was great. It was warm. But yeah,
What a pretty picture.
I think they're requiring dry this year.
Wow.
Ooh, that's gorgeous. Yeah,
Isn't
there's
that
a really
pretty?
cool little scenic area with like a little bridge.
Penny Pickleman. Are your eyes better than mine?
I think it's Penny Pickleman, I think.
Penny Pickleman photography.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Beautiful.
Love that.
Very magical.
Oh, what were you mentioning?
Yeah, in that picture there's like that area with like a little bridge and like rocks and water. That one we were
like
just looking
this.
at. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's really cool.
You think they'll move the mermaids there?
Oh yeah. No, I think they're gonna do. I'm guessing it'll be in the same place, but I actually have no idea. So we'll see. But I think it's dry this year. But
So, like, what would you say to people just starting out? Like, what are the biggest tips you have for how to work with, like, in a party atmosphere like that?
yeah, I think a lot of it is like being prepared so that you can feel confident going into it. Like sometimes I'll take a minute before I go in to like take a minute and be like, okay, I found where I'm going. Let me like get in the mode and like feel kind of like playful and just like have fun. Like, because if you're not having fun, I feel like kids can sense it. And I feel like they can sense when you're having fun because like it just makes it fun.
Sure. Yeah,
So, like,
you emanate like that mood.
Exactly. Yeah. Like just like center yourself and have fun and like go into it expecting to have a good time and to like everybody there. And I feel like they can sense that you like them. And respond accordingly, I guess. Yeah.
What are some of your favorite characters that you like to do? I know Cinderella is
so
kind
much
of
fun.
one of them.
I never even really honestly liked Cinderella growing up. She was like maybe my least favorite princess. I always loved Ariel. Was all about Ariel, obviously. Right, obviously. But oh my gosh, it was so fun to just be like over the top, like graceful and ridiculous. Elsa has been really fun. Like, I feel like every time I do a character, I gain so much appreciation for that character that I didn't have
You make
before.
a good Elsa too.
Oh, it was so fun. She's like so like I was gonna use a word, but I don't know if that's appropriate for this. But she's like really like just like strong and incredible, and like I love that about her. Like,
Sure, yeah. No,
Yeah.
she's definitely one of the princesses. Well, she's not a princess, she's a queen.
Yeah.
And they definitely set her apart in that sense.
Yes.
Where she's mature. She's more mature. She's not so much like your stereotypical
Yes. She's not Snow White.
damsel in distress. Like, she is a damsel. She's in distress.
But she's got it.
She's got it.
Yes.
It'll be fine.
Exactly. Yes. Which is so empowering.
It gives me that old school Meg energy.
Yeah. Or like also, so like I was never a person who liked Halloween or like spooky things. I know so many people love spooky stuff and I'm so here for them for that. Like I'm happy for them, but it was not me. But like I did a gig as Wednesday Addams.
Oh,
and
yep,
it was
yep.
so fun. I was like, yeah, like I'm going to do the thing.
Those pictures were cute
Oh
too, with like little thing on your shoulder.
Yes.
I'm gonna just have to start like popping in pictures in the background of all the characters you've played recently.
It's been fun. Or even I've done like some just like content without actually like doing a gig for that character. Like I did content for Rapunzel, which was really fun because she's my favorite because she's basically just a child and I love it.
Oh, you went on, that was the trip we took with Molly, right?
Yes, the trip with Molly. Yes. But yeah, or like even with like, it's funny because we were talking about the Wednesday pictures and like the video that I sent Molly, I didn't crop. And so like she obviously cropped it for me, but like at the end there's like me slapping mosquitoes off my face or like I always like when I'm trying to get content, I have this habit of like doing the thing and then like making a frustrated face after because I want to like redo it and tweak it and doing like a million takes. So it's just funny because when I look back at the clips, I'm like, it's just funny to watch because it's like
it's the worst part of when you record yourself is because you're gonna nitpick every single. I do the same thing. I could record something 30 times and I'm like, I'm just gonna clip them together at this point.
Yes,
like,
that's what I did for the Merfest video. I used like clips from different takes
and then I clipped it. Yep.
Yes, or like even the Cinderella video that you showed, like there's so many things I would change about what I did. And so some of it is also just like have fun, like be gentle with yourself, like and like and I kind of can remember, like, if I'm seeing something I would change, it's like a sign of growth. So it's like something to celebrate.
Oh,
like,
for sure. Yeah, that's definitely something I take everywhere. Like, I nitpick my photos as a model. I nitpick my like performance stuff. I nitpick my editing. And it's just because like we're our own worst critics, really, in the end.
Yes.
Because if I sent it to somebody else, they would not do
Right,
the
they
same
wouldn't see
thing.
it
They
at
wouldn't see
all.
the same, and they wouldn't edit it the same. And that's kind of where you sit with that, is just like okay, do I like just understand that I'm not going to be perfect?
Right.
Or do I nitpick the crap out of this?
Right? Like, we strive for perfect, and then we have to at some point be like, okay, this is good enough. Yes.
I have to stop. I've been doing this for 30 minutes.
Well, I think that's why, like, Ren fairs will pick like the worst picture of you to put on social media, and you're like, why did they think
I
that
hate
picture was
candid
okay?
photos. I hate candid photos so much. I hate
It's
them.
always like your face is blocked, you're making a weird face, and they just think it's great. and they
Those are the
post it.
ones. Those are the pictures where it's like the camera adds 10 pounds. It's only candid pictures.
Only the candid ones. The post ones can take pounds off.
Yes, like you can
You do it
can
right.
work a camera and you can take off whatever you need.
Yes.
But as soon as somebody's just like, hey, it's like double chin and you're all scrunched up weird and your eyes are like two different shots.
Yes. Yes. You know, that made me think of a thing. Like, as far as like poise, I think like anytime I see like pictures and stuff, I'm always thinking like shoulders down, like this way down and back, because it's so like you can make really nice lines, but if your shoulders are like this,
If you're scrunched up, man.
it,
You
like,
gotta have that
immediately-
posture. I have to tell
Yeah.
myself that all the time at photo shoots, and I even go in and admit that that's like a fault. Like I will be like, you might have to remind me to bring my
put the
shoulders
shoulders
down.
down. Yes.
Because eventually they're gonna work their way up, and then we're gonna have to try to roll them all the way back down.
I've heard of people putting like tape on their shoulder blades.
Oh,
so
to like
that,
feel, so they can feel it.
Like if they're trying to work
Interesting.
on their posture, so that then it like they'll feel it when they slump, and that will remind them to like put it down. But yeah,
I might as well get a brace at that point.
right. Or like
I've thought about it. I've seen the ones, the little
I have seen those too. Yeah,
where it's got like the strap and it like goes around. I'm like, that actually does sound like it might feel nice.
just make it like pretty, and then wear that for your photo shoot. You know, make it
There'll be
swimmable.
layers. There will be layers involved.
Yeah. Or like, I think for me, like I spent a lot of years like training in like Russian ballet, and like they were always like, oh,
How
imagine.
intense.
Oh, it was, oh gosh. There's a reason I don't do it anymore.
I believe it.
But they would say like to imagine that you were holding a pencil between your shoulder blades.
Oh, I remember that from
Right?
ballet.
Yeah.
I was
which is
not in Russian
physically
ballet,
impossible.
but like,
oh my gosh. Or like the amount in ballet where they're like, okay, you have to close your ribs and pin your belly button to your spine and like breathe through your back.
wild.
Like, no, I'm just gonna breathe. That's not a thing. You can't breathe with the back of your ribs.
Yeah,
like,
I struggled with the whole suck it in and also pop out your back and at the same time keep your shoulders back. And I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah,
I
like,
can't
I
do
feel
5
like-
things at once.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. You're like constantly going through a checklist of remembering things. And then,
You have to like be overly conscientious of your body.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even in piano, it's kind of like I was in classical
gosh,
piano, and that's why I
yes.
don't do it anymore.
That's a really good point.
In classical piano, we did the same thing with the pencil, though. We would have to balance a pencil on our fingers while we were playing, because if the pencil bounced off, like you're not playing right.
Interesting.
Because
like,
it was
on,
very
like,
technical.
Your fingers?
Because you had to hold the keys on your fingertips, and
Okay.
your knuckles should be flat. So you should be able to balance a pencil on your finger, like on this part of your knuckle.
So
I'm
like
sorry.
it keeps people from like flying their fingers out, basically. Okay.
You have to be nimble on the keys.
Yes. Oh my god.
It was not very fun. I was not good at that part. I also don't have correct hands for piano, which I learned the hard way.
Oh my gosh,
We had to
how?
modify. So I have crooked pinkies.
Oh, you totally do.
I
That
do.
is so
I have
cool.
like these crazy crooked pinkies.
You're-
It's a
when
birth
you do that
defect.
with your pinkies, you make like a little mermaid tail.
I do.
Yeah.
Or it's like
really
a little
cool.
telescope.
Oh my
That's all.
gosh. I love that.
I mean, I've had it my whole life, so I just,
You have a
as
built-in
a child,
telescope.
as a child, I was like, whoa.
love that.
It's a birth defect called clinodactyly.
Oh.
But it means like my fingers are all curved inward. So when it comes to doing anything over an octave on a piano,
You couldn't reach.
I can't physically reach it. Like physically cannot reach it because my fingers don't stretch that way.
Wow.
And so we would have to, anytime we had music that had anything past an octave, we would have to rewrite it down.
Wow. You know, I hate how like something that can be fun can be turned into something that makes you feel like your body isn't enough. I think like it was similar for me with ballet because I didn't have the right feet. Like they don't arch enough.
Yep.
And there's nothing I can do about it.
I had the same
like,
problem.
Yeah, there's like gimmicks online that try to give people false hope, but like yeah, there were like, and it was to the point where like if you're auditioning, people walk in and immediately just pick the people with
the feet that they like.
Yeah. And
I had the same issue.
Right? Yeah, like I hope that like things like that don't happen with mermaiding. Like I want it to stay like the Wild West. I want safety standards, but I don't want everybody to make, like competitions are awesome, so like do that. But like I don't want there to be like certain ways that everybody has to do things identically to the point where like certain people don't have the right body or like, you know.
Oh, for sure. I feel like the community is pretty good in that sense.
So too.
Like we're really inclusive.
Yeah.
Not to say that there isn't elitism. There 100% is always elitism. No matter what the like grouping is.
Yes.
Like no matter what culture you're into, there's elitism in there. And that we'll never get away from. But yeah, like a standard of safety. There are people who are disabled that can dive.
Yeah.
So like they would qualify just as much as anybody. Haley Mermaid is a great example.
Yes.
She's a beautiful mermaid and she's disabled. Like,
oh, okay. Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure it's a different Haley.
Yeah,
but now I have to find out.
Right now we gotta know. We
I
gotta
have
get
to
the
know.
bottom of it.
Because this is what happens when I start talking about things I didn't prepare for.
Right. Then it's like, okay, we're gonna pause and look it up.
This happened last time, damn it.
I feel like that's the benefit of having like conversational style is like you get into things that you like. It's different. Like it's more interesting and like popcorn rather than just like here's the speech that I prepared. Listen to me monologue.
I honestly
which is also
couldn't.
really cool, but like
I couldn't. I will tell you right now, that's going to be a no-go for me.
right. I feel like if I did, I would try to take too many takes, and it would.
That's exactly what I would do. 100%. Is I would be like, nope, I didn't like how I said the word "it" that one time. We have to do it all over again.
Yes, literally. But yeah, I mean, even aside from that, there are so many different types of disabilities that, like, I think Raina Mermaid has like dyspraxia. I think it is.
Yeah, she's been very vocal about her health things. Yeah, and she works full time and,
She
and does the mermaid stuff.
Yes.
It's wild. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up. But there is a mermaid that has a disability.
Yeah.
May not be Haley Mermaid. It could be. I don't remember now. It's so normal.
Well, yeah, and I've seen like mermaid schools popping up, which I think is so cool.
It's gonna make me log in.
And I think like that's where I sometimes get nervous because I'm like, I don't want them to like come up with like a standard way of how everything has to be done. Like,
no, I feel like just our free diving certification should be enough. You know what I mean? Like, because that's general water safety and that's like advanced water safety.
yeah.
So that should be enough. If you can save yourself and you can save somebody else, you're probably good.
Yes.
And then if you want to use air, like then you get the additional certifications for like scuba.
Yeah.
And scuba's got a couple different iterations of classes depending on the type of air you want to use. They do have extended programs for that because there are mixed gases that you can do so that you can stay under longer.
Wow.
There's a class for it though. Like through scuba training, you can get all the extra certifications.
Wow, that's really cool. Yeah.
But then those are all standardized and based off of a health questionnaire usually. Like, do you think you can do this? If not, can your doctor just double check for you to make sure that you can?
Yes. Yeah. And that's like important safety and training. And it's not like, here's the proper way to do a backflip. Like, I like that people can do it all their own way.
Is it really like that feels like we get so technical now, though, because then we're going to have to go and reflect on, like, in gymnast world, what is a proper backflip?
Right.
Like, are any of us gymnasts? Probably not.
Yes.
Some of us are synchronized swimmers. Some of us are not. Like, but doesn't mean that we don't practice that, you know?
Right. Yeah. We just get to, like, come up with our own styles and all bring something different to the table.
Helena. Her name is Helena Mermaid. Now I don't have to make a fool of myself. It's Helena, not Haley.
Yeah, you're going to have to put that on the screen because I'm trying to remember
now I got to do it.
I know who that is.
No, Haley Mermaid is also great.
Yes.
She's not disabled.
Well, and so
to my
this
knowledge.
Is where, like, when I was a kid, I would see, like, basically, I watched, like, Mermaid Sasha's How to Make a Mermaid Tail video.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I've seen that
over
one.
and over. Yes.
I've literally binged every kind of mermaid media that exists on the internet.
Amazing.
And that's why we're here today.
Yes, right?
There isn't enough. There needs to be more.
Because, like, back at that time, there were, I think some people had silicone tails, but, like, you couldn't
think
just
Facebook was
buy a
more
tail,
friendly to us.
especially a fabric tail. Like, and so then when I came back
Here we
and
go.
saw that it had
The correct
exploded-
mermaid.
Oh, yeah,
Helena.
okay. Yeah, I love the tail so much.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember
I had
was
no
like her
idea.
tail.
That Helena uses a wheelchair a lot of the time. That is so cool.
I'm pretty sure it's like a muscular or skeletal thing, like,
Wow. That is such a cool thing about mermaiding.
and it's
that,
something like she didn't always need a wheelchair. Like
Okay.
she's grown into needing it.
Yeah.
I remember I've seen some of her stuff because she does post frequently about it. Oh, look how pretty she is.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Fine, be that way.
And the tail is gorgeous. Everything's gorgeous.
We're just gonna skirt around all the things that are trying to make us log in.
Yeah.
She's so pretty here.
Yes.
That's who it was. Yeah, because like she's found access. Why can't we can be just as inclusive? We have Society of Fat Mermaids. That's super inclusive. Afro Mermaid is super
I'm
inclusive.
gonna sneeze. No, I'm not gonna sneeze.
I'm so sorry.
I know, it's the worst feeling when you're like, darn.
All right, well, I think that was pretty much it. Now I feel better though that I found the correct mermaid so that I didn't like
Yes.
go home and think about it until 2 a.m.
And now I learned a brand new thing about Helena the Mermaid that I had no idea. Is it Helena or Helena? I have no idea.
I don't know. My Greek heritage wants me to say Helena.
Okay.
So, but I could be wrong.
That's the interesting thing about like the mermaid community is so much of it is over social media that like there's people that we kind of know but haven't met or like
Or we've
have
seen
met
them like once at a convention.
Yeah, at a convention,
At a
yeah.
convention. It's always at like some obscure thing.
Yes, or like we know their Instagram handles, you know.
We've seen you before, but where?
Yes.
So I definitely think that was pretty much it. And then here's where I'm super awkward again because I do not know how to make an outro either. I have no idea what I want to do for that. And it's like,
Maybe someday you'll have like a catchphrase that you'll say in every video.
I gotta think. I mean, I got my big M thing at the
I was gonna
beginning.
say that could also be the outro. It's so impressive.
And thank you for watching The Marvelous Misadventures of Meara the MerMammal, the Motor City Mermaid from Mount Clemens, Michigan. And good night.
You're gonna have subscribers like sending you videos of like, I got it.
It's a tongue twister. I think it's about 8 M's.
Wow.
I count
Is it
every now and
growing?
then. Yeah,
it
it does.
eight
It's
counting?
ever growing. Every time I find a new M word that I can sling in there, I do.
I'm so excited.
Without being like too much, you know?
Or just be too much. But yeah,
I am too much already, and it's just a constantly growing thing.
it's more fun to be too much.
It is. That's what makes being mermaids fun, you know?
Yes, it's
Because
very
we can
extra.
be so much, and people are just like, okay, this is fine.
Yeah, like I'm probably gonna stop at the library after this and pick up a book on the way home, like this. So
I mean, it's a good look. I like your pants.
thanks. They are here. I can
we?
show them.
Whoa,
Ooh.
sort of.
Hang on, let me get this side.
The fin
Ready?
side.
The fin side.
Woo, look at that leg.
They are Sparkle Girl costume, and so is this underneath as well.
Oh, is it like
It's
like a
it's
sports
separate.
bra thing?
Yeah, it's like a crop top.
Oh, okay.
There
Yeah.
are sports bras as well, but this
Are
one's a crop
you
top.
an affiliate of
I am
Sparkle
I'm
Girl?
a Finbassador, yes.
Can you drop us your deets?
Yeah, I can say my code and give it to you, and you can put it somewhere.
I will put it magically
Somewhere
in
up
the top
there.
somewhere.
Yeah, my code is Lydia Glimmermaid 10.
Lydia Glimmermaid 10.
Yeah.
Gets 10% off, I assume?
Yes.
10% off at Sparkle Girl Costumes.
Yes.
Love
Yeah,
it.
and I guess like some background. Amy is the tail maker. She's an incredible human, incredible mermaid. Just lovely person. Does her own designs, sews her own tails by hand. Friends with Courtney Mermaid. They
I
have
was
some
saying,
similarities.
given some Courtney Mermaid vibes right there.
Yes, yes.
Love
So,
a girl boss.
yes, the fabric is so thick. Like I don't know. Have you seen one of my tails by her, or felt it?
I don't know if I felt it, but we've
Okay.
definitely swam together, and you
Okay,
usually do
yes.
bring one of those.
I usually do, yes. Yeah. The first tail I got from her was her older fabric, and it still like barely scuffs, which is
Ooh,
nice.
that's nice.
Yeah, her newer fabric. I have done Magical Realm Fantasy Fair, Mid Michigan Enchanted Forest. I've swam in it dozens of times. It has zero scuffing. Like, can
That's
I just say it
impressive.
has zero? And I don't really baby my tails. Like, I try to be gentle with them, but like I'm there to wear them.
Yeah,
Zero scuffing.
that's
Like-
pretty impressive. I'm going to have to get a little more invested when I see you at a swim next.
Yeah, I'll be like, come feel my legs.
Can I just touch your tail?
Yeah. But yes, so very like thick, luxurious fabric, very vibrant, very detailed designs because she makes them all, and she's just like a lovely person to support. So yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yes,
Maybe I'll
definitely
use
check
your
it
code.
out. Yeah, I mean, okay, here, feel these leggings. They're not the tail fabric, but like they're so
Well,
soft.
they're soft,
right?
yeah.
Super soft. This is the same material, but yeah.
Lydia the Glimmermaid
Yeah.
on the marvelous misadventures of Meara the MerMammal, Motor City Mermaid from Michigan. Woo! Oh, I didn't even rep my shirt. You're part of this company now too. Woo!
Yes! Woohoo! Oh my gosh, that is so cool. I haven't seen that shirt yet.
Oh, this
like,
is
let me just
from
appreciate
last year.
it. Wow.
I think it's from last year.
Okay, I see a shell being held, and what's in the other hand over there? Oyster?
It's the lady, the spirit of Detroit.
Oh my gosh.
It's her as a mermaid.
As a mermaid.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How fitting is that for Motor City Mermaids?
Right. And welcome to the team.
Wow. Well, thank you. I'm very
So
excited.
Lydia is hireable through Motor City Mermaids or through Molly.
Mermaid Molly
Merly-
Entertainment,
oh, yep,
LLC,
yep.
at bookmermaidmolly.com.
Yes.
Very
so
easy URL.
if you're looking for a great party princess or party mermaid, this is the gal. This is the gal I would recommend.
Thanks. We have fun and make lots of
I'm
magic.
always promoting Molly's stuff all the time.
Yes, I love her stuff. And she's such a sweetheart and such a hard worker and phenomenal person. So
I don't know anybody else that does mermaids in Michigan, so
there you go.
I mean, not pronounced. You know, I've seen some places that offer mermaids, but they don't like advertise their mermaids.
Right.
They're just like typical companies
That's true. Or
that
there's
do like all sorts of circus acts and stuff.
yeah, and like Aqua Mermaid.
Oh,
which is a
well,
whole spiel.
She will get her own episode one
That's really
day. Because that's a whole can of worms. I want this to be a positive
Yeah,
platform.
that's true, right? Yes.
I don't want to dirt talk everybody, but there are a lot of things to say.
Yeah, like things that people need to be aware of.
Exactly.
Like, for their own safety. And
For sure. That's why I wanted you here, so that people who want to do birthday parties could like hear what it's like doing a birthday party.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
I
not
would
the one
always
to say anything.
Like, try it, because I was a person who didn't really know if I would like it. Ended up loving it, like pretty much instantly, and like now I'm like, why did I ever think I wouldn't like this? But you know, so yeah, you know, try the things, have fun, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.